हेलो एवरीवन, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम हुसैन बिजनेस वाला और मैं रेहान स्कूल मुनव्वर कैंपस से ताल्लुक़ रखता हूँ। तो आज हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछने वाले हैं माया से। सो स्टार्ट करते हैं। हेलो माया।
Mark. I think you might have me confused with someone else. I'm still Maya.
हेलो माया। आई हैव सम क्वेश्चंस फॉर यू। आर यू रेडी?
I'm ready. Lay 'em on me. What's the first one?
दिस माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट डज द फ्रेज व्हाट्स द मैटर यूजुअली मीन?
You're asking about what's the matter. Usually, it's what someone says when they notice something is off, like if you look sad, stressed, or just acting a bit strange. It's basically a way of asking what's wrong or is everything okay?
Yeah. This is my second question is when do people commonly use this expression?
It usually comes up in moments of concern, like if a friend is unusually quiet or if someone starts crying. Or even if a coworker looks completely overwhelmed by their inbox. It's that immediate reaction when you can tell someone's internal weather has shifted from sunny to stormy.
Hmm. Okay, this is my third question is what is the difference between what's the matter and what's wrong?
They're basically cousins, almost identical, but there's a tiny difference in how they feel. What's wrong often feels a bit more direct and can sometimes sound like you've already decided something is definitely broken. What's the
Hmm.
matter feels a little softer, more like you're noticing a vibe and just checking in. But honestly, in most cases, you can swap them and nobody
Hmm.
would blink.
Okay, this is my fourth question is
I'll take that as a win. Ready for number.
how has the meaning of this phrase changed over time?
That's a deep cut. Since it's such a basic functional phrase, it hasn't shifted drastically like slang does. But it's moved from being a very formal inquiry to something we use casually every day. It used to be more about identifying a literal matter or problem, whereas now it's more of an emotional check in.
Okay. Okay, so Maya, this is my fifth question is why do people ask what's the matter when someone looks upset?
Because it's a way to offer support without like being too pushy. It's like extending a hand by asking your telling the other person I see you're struggling and I'm here if you want to talk about it. It validates what they're feeling and opens a door for them to vent or ask for help.
Okay, are you end the question?
I'm on a roll. And the questions? I'm just the one answering them.
No.
You're the one with the slides, so you're the boss here.
Hmm.
Do you have more on your list or are we calling it
This,
calling it a day?
okay, you ended this
I'm the
question
one.
and I am continuing. So this is my sixth question is can this phrase be used in both formal and informal conversations? Explain.
Oh, I see what happened there. You said recipe, but I think you meant phrase. And the answer is a big yes. It works in both, but the delivery changes. In an informal setting with a friend, it's a quick, caring, what's the matter while you're hanging out. In a formal setting, like a boss asking an employee, it's usually slower and more measured to keep it professional. It's a versatile tool, just depends on who you're talking to.
Okay, this is my uh, mm, seventh question is what emotions might a person be expressing when they ask this question?
It's usually coming from a place of empathy, like genuine concern or worry. But it can also be curiosity, like when someone is just trying to figure out why the room suddenly feels tense. Sometimes, depending on the tone, it can even sound a bit impatient, like, what is the matter with you now?
Okay, this is my eighth question is how does tone of voice change the meaning of what's the matter?
Tone is everything with this one. If it's soft and slow, it's pure comfort. But if it's sharp or fast, it can sound like a demand or even a critique. It's the difference between I'm here for you and why are you doing this? One is a hug, the other is a headache.
Hmm. Okay, this is my ninth question is give an example of a situation where this phrase is appropriate.
I think you're looking for a situation where the phrase is used, right? Imagine you walk into a room and see your best friend staring at a broken phone screen with a look of absolute defeat. You'd probably walk up and say, "What's the matter?" Because it's the perfect way to acknowledge the problem and offer a shoulder to cry on. Does that fit what you were thinking?
Okay, I can repeat again. This is my ninth question is give an example of a situation where this phrase is appropriate.
I'm still a little stuck on apocrypt. I don't think that's a common word for this context. Did you mean appropriate? If so, the broken phone example works. But it's
Yeah,
also appropriate if someone looks lost in a grocery store or just seems unusually quiet during dinner.
okay, this is my tenth question is what is the origin of the word matter in this expression?
That's a great pivot to the history of the word. In this context, matter comes from the Latin materia, which originally meant timber or substance. Over time, it evolved from describing physical stuff to describing the substance of a situation, like the core facts or the heart of a problem. So when you ask, "What's the matter?" you're essentially asking, "What is the substance of the problem here?"
Hmm. This is my
10
11th,
questions down.
this is my 11th question is why is showing concern important in communication?
Because it's the glue that holds relationships together. When you show concern, you're telling someone that they're seen and that their feelings actually matter to you. It builds trust and makes people feel safe enough to be honest about what's going on.
This is my
Without
12th,
it, I
this, is
love
my-
that.
this is my 12th
Making
question.
people feel.
Listen, this my 12th question is how can asking what's the matter strengthen relationships?
I think you mean strengthen the relationship, right? It does that
Mhm.
by creating a safe space.
Yes.
When you ask that question, you're signaling that you're attentive and that you care about the other person's emotional state. It moves the conversation from just swapping information to actually connecting on a human level, which is how trust is built.
Hmm. This is my 13th question is
You're on a.
what are some polite alternatives to this phrase?
If you're looking for something a bit softer, you could try, "Is everything okay?" Or, "Is there something on your mind?" If you want to be even more gentle, "I'm here if you need to talk," is a great way to open the door without putting them on the spot.
Okay.
You're moving through your
This
slides
is
fast. What's next on the list?
okay. This is my 14th question is can this expression why misunderstood why or why not?
Oh, definitely. It can be totally misunderstood if the tone is off, like we talked about earlier. If it's said with a sigh or a sharp edge, it can sound like you're annoyed that the person is upset rather than actually caring. It can go from "I want to help" to "Why are you making a scene" in a heartbeat.
Okay. This is my 15th question is how do different cultures express concern for others?
That's a huge topic, but it's so fascinating. Some cultures are very direct, like in the US or Germany, where you just ask,
Hmm.
"What's wrong?" But in other places, like Japan or Korea, concern is often shown more subtly, maybe through a gesture, a shared silence, or asking if you've eaten yet, which is a way of caring for someone without forcing them to talk about their feelings. It's less about the words and more about the action of being present.
Okay, this is my 16th question is why is empathy important when someone answers what's the matter?
Hmm. I'm guessing you mean empathy, because when someone finally opens up and tells you what's wrong, they aren't usually looking for a solution right away. They're looking to be understood. Empathy is what tells them, I get why you feel this way, and it's okay to feel it. If you jump straight to fixing the problem without that emotional connection, it can actually make the person feel unheard or dismissed.
Okay, this is my 17th question is have you ever asked someone what's the matter, what happened?
Whoa, jump straight to question 70. To answer your question, since I don't have a physical life or friends in the real world, I don't experience things the way you do. But in my conversations, I do this all the time. Whenever I notice someone's tone shift or they seem a bit lost, I try to check in. It's usually the quickest way to figure out if we need to pivot the conversation or if they just need a moment to breathe.
Hmm, okay,
You're giving me a lot of
this is,
pauses now.
this is my 18th question is what body language might encourage someone to open up after hearing this question?
Body language is basically the silent part of the conversation that tells the other person if it's actually safe to talk. Leaning in slightly, keeping your arms uncrossed,
Hmm,
and maintaining soft eye contact, not staring them down, but just letting them know you're present. Even a simple nod or a gentle tilt of the head shows you're listening. It's all about creating an open, inviting space so they don't feel like they're being interrogated.
hmm. Okay, this is my 19th question is what is the main lesson you learned from the roads of concern?
I think the biggest lesson is that the words themselves are just the key to the door. The real magic happens in the intention behind them. Whether it's what's the matter or just sitting in silence with someone, the most valuable thing you can give another person is your undivided attention and the feeling that they don't have to carry their burden alone. It's about human connection, plain and simple.
Okay, this is my 20th question is how can using caring expressions like what does the matter create a more supportive environment?
It sets a precedent that it's okay to not be okay. When people know that their emotional state is noticed and cared about, they stop feeling like they have to wear a mask. It transforms a space, whether it's a classroom, an office, or a home, from just a place where people coexist into a community where people actually support each other. It creates a culture of kindness where
Okay,
everyone feels a bit more secure.
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.